guys, Meredith Gorman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
World Cup 2026 preview and predictions is here, guys. Yes, another World Cup. I love talking international soccer. We'll do it for the next 20, 30 minutes here. Mexico, Canada, and the United States are the hosts. The first time 3 countries will host the World Cup, guys. 16 cities will host, 11 in the U.S., 3 in Mexico, and 2 in Canada. Mexico will be the best team out of the hosts. U.S. maybe not far behind, Canada not too far behind, but Mexico I have as the best team and the team that I think that can go the furthest out of the hosts here. Ranked 15th currently in the FIFA rankings, the best out of all 3. They should get out of their group, maybe win 1 game or 2 at most in the knockout stage. U.S. hasn't looked great coming in to this event. I'm not high on them. I do expect a fairly early exit. Yeah, they should get out of their group, of course, but I don't expect them to do much. At best, maybe win 1 game in the round of 32. Canada, now ranked 30th in the world. One of their better rankings, and this is one of their best teams they've ever had. Let's be honest, guys. Well coached. They have a system that I think they found they kind of play together. They try to play more defensive. That's the way they're going to have to win games. Some injury concerns, waiting for the full roster. Not too sure if their start Alphonso Davies will be playing. He's hurt. A couple other guys are questioned. So watch closer to the World Cup before you get too invested into Canada. Again, should get out of the group, 2nd or 3rd place. In my opinion, and then maybe at most win 1 game. But I expect, depending on their matchup, who they get, right? But they will not get past the round of 16. If they even get there, I'd be surprised. 48 teams this year, guys. 48 teams, not the standard 32. So a lot more games you're going to see, a lot more teams, maybe a little watered down the field, right? A lot of teams you don't expect to be here, but they are here. Hey, more games, can't complain, right? Can't complain for more games and more teams, more groups, of course. Like this video, guys, if you're watching on YouTube. It does help out a ton. Subscribe to the channel for more content. We will be doing another video after the knockout stages, another podcast after the knockout stages for the World Cup. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, please review, share. It is much appreciated. Link.me/system capping for everything system capping and myself. World Cup package is currently available for a low-cost guaranteed profit or refund. It's that simple, guys. You get my personal plays for each game throughout the World Cup. Also, the future market card, which will be out probably a week before. I want to see some international friendly games. I want to see final rosters. I wanted to do this podcast a little earlier to get a little more eyes on it and try to see before the international friendlies. These international friendlies coming up will be important to watch. Over there, currently handicapping PGA, UFC every week. The NBA and NHL playoffs have been successful, and we are picking our spots at very low volume there. And then, of course, the World Cup. Let's get into current top 10 men's FIFA rankings, guys. Currently, France, number 1. Spain, 2. Argentina, 3. England, 4. Portugal, 5. Brazil, 6. Netherlands, 7. My team, if you guys don't know already, you probably do if you've been following or watching me for quite some time now. Morocco, 8. Very interesting. African champions. Belgium, 9. And Germany, 10. That's a current top 10 in the men's FIFA rankings. Current outright odds, a little different though. A little different than the top 10 rankings. You got Spain ahead of France at plus 450 to win this tournament outright. France plus 500. England plus 600. Brazil plus 800. Argentina plus 800. Portugal plus 1,000. Germany plus 1,400. And then you get deeper in Netherlands plus 2,000. Norway plus 2,500. Never thought I would say Norway would be in the mentions, but they have a sneaky good team. We'll talk about them shortly. Past winners have had some success in the World Cup and Euro Cups over the years. If you have been listening to me, it's not my first time doing international soccer podcast. Argentina are defending champs, of course, from the 2022 World Cup. I was able to cash on them around plus 600, I believe it was, if I recall. Finished top of qualifying in this recent upcoming World Cup. You know, I don't love Argentina. I won't be betting Argentina to win the whole thing. I will be picking my spots, though, throughout the group stage to bet them. But they will not be on my outright card, getting ahead of it here. Couple friendlies coming up to monitor as well for Argentina. Last game they lost was to Ecuador. Ecuador, sneaky team. We'll talk about them shortly. Let's get into the groups, guys. Just a quick rundown how we're going to go over. I'm going to talk all the groups, talk some favorites, some teams I like to get out of the group, to win the group, kind of the orders at times, a little preview on the team. And then we'll talk about a little bit of the group stage, some futures, some players to watch. So that'll be the rundown here for this podcast. And again, we'll have another podcast after the group stage to talk the knockout stages and how the tournament's going, etc. Again, client card is available now if you want all my plays throughout the World Cup, along with the future market card as well. That is available currently at my website, systemsportscapping.com. Let's get into it. Let's get into these groups. Group A, Mexico, plus 100 faves to get out of this group as the winner. South Korea, plus 333. South Africa, plus 1,200. And then you got Czech Republic, plus 225. Yes, Mexico. I wouldn't say there's a clear-cut best team in this group. Of course, I'll lean Mexico to win this group at home. I think they are slightly the best team over the Czech Republic and South Korea. Not just looking at the, of course, rankings. They're 15th ranked ahead of all these teams, but at home, it's going to help, right? Playing at home. So you're getting even money for Mexico to win this group. That will be a bet for me. Second place up in the air, right? Second place, I would say, is a little up in the air between South Korea and Czech. I think Czech, they can play a very defensive system, steal games, win games that way. I think they won like back-to-back games by penalty shots due to defensive systems. So that's going to be the battle, right? South Korea, I've watched some of their games recently. A couple tough friendlies. They lost to Austria. They lost to Ivory Coast in back-to-back games. So I don't think their form is the best coming into this game. I don't expect much from South Korea if they do get out as maybe the third place at best. I think second place in this group. But yeah, that will be the battle. Czech and South Korea. Who could maybe get a point from Mexico, right? Draw Mexico, maybe even surprisingly beat Mexico. I think one of those teams will go. South Africa, don't expect them to do much. Maybe a draw at best in this group. Group B, Canada, plus 225. Bosnia, plus 333. Got in by beating Italy. Qatar, plus 3,300. And then Switzerland are the favorite to win this group, minus 125, and for good reason. And I do like Switzerland to win this group. I do believe Canada and Bosnia will give them a good game, but Switzerland just too much experience in the World Cup. A lot of guys still on that team. They've played a lot better competition, guys, right? They just lost to Germany 4-3, tied Norway, very good Norway team. They have some tough games, too. They don't always show up, right? They had a tie against Kosovo. But back-to-back wins over Sweden. They beat Sweden twice within a few months, I believe. So, yeah, Switzerland should win this group. I'll be betting Switzerland to win this group. The next step is, will Canada be the second or third place team? Yeah, Canada has a shot to win this group. It's just a longer shot, right? Plus 225 is not enough. I haven't seen Canada beat a good team like a Switzerland. Even Bosnia. I think Bosnia could beat Canada. I think that's going to be a very good game. It could be a draw. If I had to bet that game right now, you ask me, I'd probably take a draw between Bosnia and Canada. If you get good money on that, I definitely would play that. Can't wait to see all these odds coming out, and I can't wait for that. Exciting. So, yeah, Bosnia, again, beat it. I wouldn't say Italy's a good team, but they beat Italy. They had some other nice wins. And also, what I got to mention about Canada, I don't know how healthy they are. Davies may not even start in these group stage games. You have to really wait to kind of pull the trigger in this group, right? The first group I talked about, Mexico, I think you can pull the trigger there. I think you can pull the trigger on Switzerland to win this group. But if you want to get the second, third place, Bosnia, Canada is going to be a flip of a coin. I don't think Qatar does anything. Maybe a draw at best they get. But I expect Canada, Bosnia fighting for the second place. And I believe it can go either way. Hard to really judge. Like I mentioned, Canada's injuries, you're going to really have to watch how Davies is called into these games, when he's going to be playing. Is he going to be playing into friendlies coming up? Monitor this group, guys. Switzerland wins it. Group C, Brazil minus 500. Morocco plus 500. Haiti plus 10,000. And then Scotland plus 1,200. Straightforward group between, I would say, who's advancing, Brazil and Morocco. Tons of value on Morocco at plus 500, guys. It's going to be hard for me not to pull the trigger at that value. FIFA rankings have Morocco at 8. African Cup nation winners, guys. 3-0 win over Senegal in the final. Senegal's not a bad team. And it's finished third in the last World Cup. Let's remember. Morocco is a very good team. No love from the market just because the Brazil big name. This Brazil's team not that great, guys. Good team. I would say max quarterfinals. And they will get out of this group, but at minus 500, definitely not betting them that price. I got to look at Morocco at plus 500 to win the group. Now, I say Brazil, Morocco, they play possible draw, and then maybe Brazil outscores Morocco against Haiti and Scotland and steals the top spot. I can definitely see that. Just no value at minus 500. So give me Morocco, guys. First big value bet. Morocco to win this group plus 500. Brazil second, of course. And like I mentioned, Brazil, I can see them at best getting to the quarterfinals. I don't love this team. This is one of the weaker Brazil teams. And then Morocco, another team I can see make a run. I wouldn't say they're going to get back to the semifinals like they did. But again, quarterfinals, definitely in the cards for Morocco. Again, it's going to matter who they're matching up against in the round of 32, round of 16. What side are these teams going to be on? Group D, U.S. plus 137, Paraguay plus 375, Australia plus 700, Turkey plus 175. And I like Turkey to win this group plus 175. Another underdog here that I'm giving you guys. I don't like this U.S. team a ton. Turkey, let's see here. Turkey beat U.S. last summer already in a friendly. They have draws with Spain just a few months ago. And U.S. has not been playing great soccer coming in. Back-to-back losses for this team. But against good teams, I got to mention that. I got to throw that in there. Portugal and Belgium. But they got handled very easily against those teams. I think Turkey, U.S. going to be the battle for this group. And there's value here at plus 175 on Turkey. Give me that value there. U.S. obviously, I believe, will get out of this group. But like teams like Paraguay and Australia will give U.S. good game. I wouldn't be shocked if U.S. finishes third in this group and gets out as one of the best third-place teams. But I'm still leaning them to get out as a second-place team. But after I would be surprised if they get to past the round of 16. Round of 16 is going to be the best this USC team could do. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose in the round of 32. Turkey, at the very best quarterfinals. I expect them to lose, though, probably in the round of 16. A couple good young players on this Turkey team. Maybe better next World Cup. We'll see what they can do here. Group E, Germany minus 350. Curacao plus 10,000. Ivory Coast plus 700. Ecuador plus 400. Ooh, Ecuador is tempting, guys. Ecuador is tempting at plus 400. This team is probably one of the best defensive teams in the World Cup. Very good Ecuador team, guys. One of the worst Germany teams that you're going to see coming to a World Cup. Still good. Top 10 team. They're only ranked 10th in the world. Ecuador could play a defensive system, steal a win, get a draw there. Issues with Ecuador, I would say they're scoring. Only 14 goals in the qualifying. So keep that in mind. A couple things on Ecuador I want to mention here. They were able to get a draw versus the Netherlands, my team, not too long ago, and then also Morocco in their last two games. So they're coming in back-to-back draws against very good teams, top 10 teams, guys. They also have a win over Argentina in the qualifying, a win over Colombia within the last year. Lots of draws, physical team, very good defensively, value at plus 400. I haven't pulled the trigger yet because Germany should win the group, but Ecuador will definitely come out of this group and could make some noise in the knockout stages. I would not be surprised. Germany had a 3-game losing streak not too long ago. Losses over very good teams, though, besides Slovakia. They lost to Slovakia. It's a little concerning. But since September 25th, they haven't lost a game, with key wins over Switzerland, 4-3, and Ghana. So, no big-time wins, but they haven't lost a game since September 25th. That's worth mentioning. I just don't have Germany doing much in this tournament. I think Germany, at the very best, quarterfinals, but I could see them getting even eliminated before that. Group F, Netherlands minus 138, Japan plus 350, Sweden plus 450, Tunisia plus 700. No really terrible team in this group, but there's a clear best. It's Netherlands. And then Japan's not far behind. I think Japan could threaten to steal the group from Netherlands. Netherlands plays very well, though, in group stage usually. Their struggles come after the group stage, right, to make that big run to the finals. They did do it against Spain. They should have won that World Cup. Unfortunately, Spain stole it in extra time. Robin missed that breakaway. It was heartbreaking. And as a Netherlands fan, it's always heartbreaking, right? Netherlands, like I mentioned, should win the group minus 138. Not a terrible price. I can see, yes, there's some value here with Japan at plus 350. Japan has played Netherlands fairly close in the past, and they have some big wins. They beat Brazil recently, Ghana, and they've won 4 straight. So Japan is good. They are missing a key guy. I have a note here. Japan will be without Brighton winger Matomo, one of their best strikers or wingers on this team, and it's a big blow that I've been doing some research here. So keep that in mind. Netherlands fairly healthy. I know Simons from Tottenham will not be there. That's unfortunate. And the issue is they're striking, right? Midfield, one of the best midfield in the World Cup, one of the best defense in the World Cup. Goaltending, I would say average. But, Depay older now. Hopefully they don't start Depay, and hopefully they start Malen. Malen's having a great year in Roma. Hopefully they have him at top and not use him as a winger. They used to in the past have Depay at the top as a lone striker with Malen on the wing and Gapco on the other wing. I don't like it. I don't like Depay's current form. He's playing in Brazil. He just came back, only played 30 minutes in his return. I don't believe Depay is going to be healthy enough to start. I like Malen at the top. Like I said, Malen broke out. He's going to be one of my breakout guys I talk about here shortly. But that's what I say, Malen at the top, and then you got a couple wingers on the corner with that midfielder with obviously De Jong and Gravenbeck, and it's stacked in midfield. You can go multiple ways depending. So Netherlands win this group. I think it won't be super easy, even against Sweden, and Tunisia will just sit back, try to steal a 0-0 or 1-1 game, right? But I expect Netherlands to win all 3 games, maybe a draw in there with Japan, but they'll get out of the group. And I think Netherlands' absolute best in this tournament would be semifinals. I believe their path could be very difficult. They may run into France. They may run into Spain. So I think it's going to be difficult on that side. But yeah, absolute best would say would be the semifinals for the Netherlands. Japan, I think they can get to the round of 16 at best, but I don't expect much after that. Group G, Belgium minus 275, Egypt plus 450, Iran plus 600, New Zealand plus 2,000. Yeah, Belgium clear-cut favorites, I think. I think Egypt could give them a good game. I think maybe Iran as well, but Belgium should win this group, right? A team that can really score, guys. Just defensive, not great. And that's what's going to cause them issues when they get to the round of 16, get to the quarterfinals against defensive teams, and they're not able to score. That's the issue, right? In their last 8 games, they have scored, listen to this, Belgium, they have scored 6 goals twice, 7 once, 5 and 4. They should have no issue scoring here. Iran and Egypt will try to sit back and try to steal a draw, in my opinion, against Belgium. I just don't think they have the firepower to keep up with them. So second place battle between Iran and Egypt. I slightly lean Egypt. Iran, I just don't know how good they're going to be. Obviously, all the concerns with the wars, etc. I'm not going to get into that, but there are distractions there for Iran. I don't think they're a great team as well. Egypt, I slightly have in front of Iran, but Iran probably will get out as the best third place team in this group. So Belgium will be the winners of this group. It's not a terrible price. I think you can get to that. It's not friendly, but you can get to it if needed. Spain, Group H. Spain minus 500. Cape Verde plus 5,000. Saudi plus 1,600. And Uruguay plus 400. Again, Spain should easily get out of this group as the winners at minus 500. Clear cut. Uruguay, not the Uruguay teams that we're used to in the past. It's still a dangerous team. And then Cape Verde, sneaky. Could get out of this as a best third place. You never know. Saudi Arabia haven't been playing great as of late. Yeah, not too much to talk about here. Uruguay team, they lost a 5-1 to U.S. recently. That's kind of worrying. Draws with Algeria, Chile, and Mexico. Saudi hasn't looked good coming into this event. Losses to Jordan, Serbia, Egypt in the last 5 games. Cape Verde, I believe, guys, sneaky third place team to get out of there. Spain wins this group comfortably, winning all 3 games. Group I, group of death. This is the group of death. France minus 250. Norway plus 275. Senegal plus 800. And Iraq, unfortunately, Iraq gets this group and probably won't get a point at plus 4,000. Clear cut, I believe France should win the group. Let's be honest. But Norway will give France a good game. Norway, Senegal will be battling for second place. I expect Norway to get out. But Senegal, very good team. Like I mentioned, lost in the finals of the African Cup to Morocco. France, Norway, fun game. Can't wait for that game. The bench, fun fact here with France. France's bench could make a run. They're so deep, France's bench, I believe, if they play just their bench, they can make like a run to the quarterfinals. So it's going to be interesting. France, I believe, makes a run to the finals, could win this tournament. I believe their best, deepest team here. It's just France beats France, not other teams, right? So we're going to see how far this team could go. It's going to be interesting. Norway's sneaky. They can make a run, guys. There's always that team that makes a run you don't expect to the semifinals, right? Or steals the group. Yeah, Norway could steal the group from France. It's possible. But at plus 275, not enough value there. Not enough value there for me. France is obviously the much better team than Norway, but it is group stage. You never know. Group J, Argentina minus 300, Algeria plus 550, Austria plus 450, Jordan plus 4,000. I think this is even undervalued for Argentina minus 300. Now, I don't believe this is the same World Cup Argentina team. I think they're very good. Expect a run, quarters, semis. I don't think they get back to the finals. But minus 300, it's actually decent price. I had this like minus 500. Who's going to threat them here? I don't see a threat. Algeria? Austria? No. Argentina's going to win all 3 games. Maybe at worst a draw. But Argentina is going to win this group. If you don't mind laying a fairly larger price, minus 300 is not bad. So give me Argentina to win this group. I might even bet it for clients, even though I usually try to stay away from these larger prices and find value. I actually think there's value at minus 300. I have this minus 500 for Argentina. So give me that. Second place tough. Toss-up between Algeria and Austria. Kind of flipping a coin there. But Austria, Algeria probably out in the round of 32. Argentina, quarters, semis. That's where I see them landing. Group K, Portugal minus 250. Congo plus 800. Uzbekistan plus 4,000. And Colombia plus 275. Another team, Portugal should win this group fairly easily. Maybe Colombia gives them a decent game, but Portugal is obviously the clear favorites to win this again against 250. I think some slight value. I had it more maybe minus 400, minus 350. I'm high on Portugal in this event, in this tournament. I think they could be a sneaky team to win the whole thing. One of the better Portugal teams coming in. And it's not because of Ronaldo. Very deep team. And one of the best midfield groups in this World Cup. Colombia, round of 16 at best. Second place in this group. I'd be surprised if they steal it from Portugal. And the last group, guys. Wow. Lots of groups. Group L. And it's England's group. Minus 350. Croatia plus 350. Ghana plus 1,000. And then Panama plus 5,000. I think it's a tough group too. Close to the group of death. That doesn't mean my second toughest group due to England, Croatia. Croatia could steal the group from England. I wouldn't be shocked. We know Croatia's success in these tournaments. And then Ghana, plus 1,000, not a bad African team. Third place winners in 2022, Croatia. Didn't have a good Euro Cup. That's worth mentioning. They have wins over Colombia as of late. That's a nice win. On paper, England's always one of the best teams on paper. It's just England beats England. Always questionable coaching decision. I saw their team, Maguire, some other big names did not make it. So you never know how England's really going to show up. They've looked good recently in big tournaments, right? Lost in the finals in Euros to France. Out in the quarters. Last World Cup. So it depends on England's draw, right? England, I don't believe, could win the World Cup. I'm not going to go that far. I could see them making to the finals, though. England's interesting, right? They could win this group. They could finish second to Croatia. They could be knocked out in the round of, I wouldn't say 32, knocked out of the round of 16. Or they can make it all the way to the finals. Very difficult team to predict. I got to watch them more, understand how they're playing in the group, even in these friendlies coming up, to be more confident on them. Interesting time. Lots of groups, lots of money to be made because there's lots of groups, more games. Interesting. I can't wait for these groups. I can't wait for the World Cup to start. Now, let's talk some underdogs that can make a run. I've already went over them briefly, but Norway, like I mentioned, guys, this is a team that I believe can make a run if everything goes well. Obviously, Haaland's going to have to be the best scorer in this World Cup. He's going to have to get hot. He's going to have to lead this team. He led it, right? Obviously, for Manchester City this year. Crazy to think. This is their first World Cup since 1998. Interesting. They have other guys as well. I'm going to pronounce some of these names wrong, so I'm not the best with these last names, but Odegaard, very creative midfielder, captain. They also have a guy, Nusa and Soru. There are also other guys to watch. They have one of the best attacks in this tournament, but defensive depth will be their issue at times and an inexperience in the big stage. So, yes, they could make a run to the semifinals. They could pull off some upsets, but due to the depth, I have the more, a team that could upset a team or two, maybe to the quarters. Semifinals, I believe, is their max, similar to that Morocco run, similar to those Croatia runs. I think Norway is a team that could also win the group, steal it from France. It's possible, even though I think France will win the group. I think Norway should get out of the group as their second place, and then maybe win a game or two in the knockout stages. Ecuador, very sneaky team, guys, that a lot of people are starting to talk about, and I think it's more of their defensive system. I think their D is the best in this tournament. They've only allowed 5 goals in 18 games in qualifying, guys. Like I mentioned, they have wins over Argentina. The issue is, can they score enough? When a team that they could play, like a very good offensive team that they play, that can put 1 or 2 goals up against them, are they going to be able to keep up and score? That's the big question. 14 scored in 18 games is not good enough. Their central pairing is PSG's Paco on defense and Premier League champions Arsenal. Hinakapi. Again, I pronounce these names wrong. I apologize. Also have a solid midfield led by Chelsea striker Cedasaud. If these teams get favorable path, again, I can see Ecuador making a run quarterfinals, semifinals. Again, it matters who they match up against. You're going to have to watch that, right? Watch who, after the group stage, see where they're matching up against. And that's why I'll come back with a podcast to discuss that. Knockout stage. Make sure you check out the groups like I mentioned. Examples. I'll give you an example, right? If Netherlands finish second in their group, they play Brazil most likely, or Morocco in the round of 32 game. They can lose that game, right? So you got to watch, after the group stage, the path, right? The path on who they're going to play next, and we'll know that after the group stage. Safest bets from now, right, in the future market. Safest bet to make the round of 16. There's some bets out there. Portugal minus 200. I think that's very safe that they win at least one game after the group stage. So that's probably my favorite bet that you can bet, lay a little juice. Value Ecuador plus 150, Morocco plus 125. Some good value there for them to at least just win one game in the round of 32. Safest bet to make the quarterfinals. France minus 125. I love that. It's probably going to be a best bet for clients, guys. So if you made it this far in the podcast, you got one of my best bets. Value to make the quarters. Portugal plus 125. Again, I think this Portugal team makes a run at least to the quarterfinals. And then Netherlands plus 175 to make the quarters. I think that's kind of the furthest they go. Maybe the semis if they get hot, but some value there as well. Safest bet to make the semifinals. France, I got to go back, plus 150. Some good value there. Some value, you can look at Portugal plus 250. If you want to go deeper, Ecuador plus 1,400, guys, to make the semifinals. Norway plus 400. Not enough value there. And then the outright winner, you guys probably want to know. I like France. I think they're the best team here, plus 500. Portugal value plus 1,000. Probably my 2 favorites to lift this World Cup. But again, obviously Spain, very good team. Won the Euros, of course. They could get it done. England, I don't see it. Outside shot chance. I can't sit here and say Netherlands are going to win it because they're my team. But they have a very outside long shot at plus 2,000. Players to watch that could break out this tournament that you may or may not know, depending how much you watch soccer. But Malen for Netherlands, I talked about, should start. Ronald Koeman has to start him up top, in my opinion. Big season for Roma. Let that carry over here. Have him as the lone striker up top, surrounded by great midfield attackers. Goulart for Turkey. Real Madrid midfielder, 90 million in transfer market currently. 21, 9 assists, 4 goals in the league. A very good midfielder. I think he could break out in this tournament. And then Neves from Portugal, $110 million market value currently. Plays for PSG, 21. Very important for PSG's success. Portugal has one of the best midfield rosters here, guys. And he's a big part of it. Neves, breakout tournament. Top goal scorers, Golden Boot. Had to be the team you expect that get far, right? So obviously Haaland plus 1,400. If Norway gets to the quarters, semifinals, he could easily win that. But Mbappe, obviously, plus 600. You expect him to go far. 24 goals this year, 15 in Champions League. If France makes the finals, he definitely wins this, I believe. Winner in 2022 as well. Harry Kane, I gotta mention him. 60 goals on the year, guys, for Brian and club. Can't ignore that. Plus 700 out there, and you expect England to make a run. Due to Kane and Mbappe going further than Norway, I believe those are the two favorites. Maybe put a bet on both, and you'll get a solid return if one of them wins. That will do it, guys. That will do it. Another podcast after the group stage, like I mentioned, will be out. I'm very excited. Very excited. Again, watch the friendlies. Watch for injuries. Watch the final teams before you start making your bets. I haven't made any bets yet. It's going to come a week before the tournament. You can get that at my website for the full client package. That will do it, guys. That will do it. Enjoy the World Cup. It's coming up soon. I wanted to do this video and podcast a little earlier. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.